Strange angle, I know. My camera tripod has given up the ghost, so I'll have to get another one, maybe. So this is why it's this way around. Today's project isn't exactly on turning as such. It's a little tip really, to do with indexing. And I don't do a lot of indexing, but mainly when I'm doing the earring holders, and I measure out, although I have an indexing facility on the lathe, I've never really used it. However, my main problem always when drilling a hole on the lathe is to keep the drill perpendicular to the piece and to get a consistent position to drill the hole each time you turn the spindle for your indexing holes. And I came up with a simple idea which possibly has been thought of before, but it's very simple, and I'll alter the angle of the camera and I'll show you what I did, and it's very effective. If you're doing it in production, I don't suppose it would last that long because it's made of wood. But having said that, the amount of times I use it, which might be in batches or 2 or 3 of these earring holders at a time, it will suit me fine. It's a prototype, but you know me and my prototypes. If it keeps on working, it'll stay the prototype. So I'll change the camera angle, we'll pop over to the lathe, and hopefully it might be of use to some of you. Okay, so what I've basically taken, most of you have seen these little gizmos that are to help you drill a perpendicular hole in a piece of wood with a hand drill. You have this little stand here, if you like, and then inside the cylinder, inside the hole rather, you slot the cylinders of various sizing bores for different drill sizes, and then when you're drilling manually, that helps you to keep your hole at right angles to the surface of the wood you're drilling. And what I decided to do was to take a piece of, hang on, let's put that back up there. Take a piece of oak, and I had a piece of oak banister rail, spindle rather, that a friend of mine gave me, and I have turned this portion exactly to the diameter of the hole in my banjo, which accepts my tool rest, and obviously it goes down that far, so I can alter the height should I so wish. But this corresponds to the centre of that hole, and that is exactly at the centre of my spindle on the lathe. Now on these little inserts here, there's a little lip there, so I've drilled with the Forstner bit a hole straight through at that dimension, and the reason I'm not giving you the dimensions is purely and simply, if you have a set of these, they'll have different dimensions. And then I've merely cut a slightly larger hole which stops it falling through. Turn it over and that'll be better. Stops it falling through. Okay, so you can alter whatever size guide you want to put in there for whatever hole you want to drill, and as I say, it won't fall through. Okay, so what we've got is the jig. Now that fits into your banjo, and when it's down at the at the furthest point on the shoulder, that actually gives it the exact height of the spindle. And then you slot in your desired sleeve, and in my case this is going to be a 6mm. Okay, now you decide on where you're going with regards to your hole. So if you put the drill in like so, and then position your banjo to where you want the hole to go. This is an old plate which I nearly went through the bottom, which I've done many times before, and I'm going to be doing an inlay in there at some stage, I should think, so It's not going to damage it too much. Now, okay, let's just say this was an earring holder. I know it's bigger than that, but it's just for the display purposes really. And we want to do 36 holes. I'll just do 4, but just to show you that they'll be exactly where you need them, and they'll be drilled perpendicular. Okay, so if we start the indexing there, what I'll do is just do 4 holes just to prove the point. So everything's locked down, you've got your spacer. Okay, I'm not going to drill all the way through because I don't want to ruin the plate completely. So we undo the indexing, and then on the next point drill the hole, and the next, and the final one, the 4th. Drill the hole. Now you will see, as if by magic, don't know if you can see them there, should be able to, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all where they should be. They're on the exact line of the circumference because you've placed your jig in the position that you want, and job is done. So it's just a very simple method, simple jig. I thought I'd show you. I'm sure other people have got better jigs than that, but it just seems so simple. It's a bit of scrap wood basically, and you can utilise these little jobbies here, and I think over here in the UK they're about, I don't know, £5 or £6 for a set of, I got 6 here. I very rarely use it for the purpose it was intended. So a little tip for you, hope it was of use to some of you. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers now.